celebs have access to all the best when it comes to keep themselves looking young and healthy. But sometimes Mother Nature has other plans. In some cases, it is the celebs themselves who ruin their appearance with substance abuse or with other plastic surgery. In others, it is just a matter of getting old and not succumbing to the pressures of society. Katie Holmes was the girl next door in Dawson's Creek and was definitely a cutie that had many men falling for her. However, the years and the life with the crazy Scientologist Tom Cruise have given her a much older appearance than she deserves. One can't blame her. It must be hard keeping herself and her daughter safe from Tom Cruise and his army of Scientologists. Mariah Carey may not look like age has affected her too terribly, but looks can be deceiving. Her marriage to Nick Cannon fell apart, and there were numerous rumors that Mariah was starting to go crazy. Her mind seems to be going, and with it her looks and some of her talent. There have been people who have been disappointed by her recent performances or her behavior at performances. Most people have gotten so used to seeing the old Jack Nicholson that it is hard to remember the heartthrob that he used to be in his younger days. Before the beer gut and the crazy gray hair, he was someone that just about any woman would be happy to end up in bed with. It speaks a lot to his talent as an actor that he is still able to get work looking the way he does it now. Donatella Versace has not only gotten older, but she has also become the victim of some poor plastic surgery choices. While she may have been trying to stop the aging process, it seems that she only managed to speed it up. She currently looks like her skin is just cracking and waiting to fall off her body. Let this be a lesson to her and everyone else that plastic surgery rarely pays off. Brandon Fraser. It is really hard to look at this former hunk and see where he is now. He once swung on vines and saved the world from mummies. Now he just looks like the guy that saved a Big Mac from going to waste. A messy divorce and financial problems have aged him fast. Not to mention that his once rock-hard ABS have been replaced with plenty of flab. Lindsay Lohan. The former child star has not even hit 30, yet she looks like she is well into her 40s. The years have not been good to her, but she has not been good to herself either. The money from her success as a child star was used to fund a drug and alcohol-filled party lifestyle. That lifestyle has certainly taken its toll, and it's not clear if the actress will ever get her career back now. Mick Jagger was the rocker icon of a generation or more. As the founder and lead vocalist of the Rolling Stones, there are few people who do not know his name. But the life of one of the most recognized rock stars in the world was one filled with parties and drugs. That all took a huge toll on his looks. Mel Gibson was yet another Hollywood heartthrob that did not get better with age. The action star was once one of the biggest draws in Hollywood. But then he started looking a little very crazy. He relied too much on alcohol, and it took a huge toll on his appearance and his personality. It's clear that the aging actor's career is all but over. Lil Kim used to have the world laid out before her as she started a promising music career. However, things started to take a bad turn when she started to rely on plastic surgery to stay looking young. The surgery had the opposite effect and just aged her and made her look awkward. The celeb is trying to bring her career back with the 5th studio album, the first since her 4th album was released while she was in prison. Melanie Griffith probably would not look that bad if only she did not opt for plastic surgery. She has good skin, a great smile and nice eyes, all of which would have followed her into graceful aging. Instead she went under the knife and ended up with a face that looks awkward and unbecoming. Her face looks worse with each passing year, and she looks less and less like the bombshell she used to be. Melanie Griffith probably would not look that bad if only she did not opt for plastic surgery. She has good skin, a great smile and nice eyes, all of which would have followed her into graceful aging. Instead she went under the knife and ended up with a face that looks awkward and unbecoming. Her face looks worse with each passing year, and she looks less and less like the bombshell she used to be. Jeffrey Jones has always looked a bit creepy, and his role in Beetlejuice really did not help. But the way he used to look is nothing compared to how he looks now. His hair has gone completely shaggy and his beard features plenty of gray. He looks more like the guy that yells at kids to get off his lawn than a respected Hollywood actor. Sean McGowan is known for being the lead singer and songwriter of the Irish band Holmes. He is another person that is very lucky to be talented, because otherwise people would not have had any interest in him. He was once a handsome young man, but the years of living it up like a rock star have aged him much more than his 58 years. Matthew Perry got plenty of attention as one of the sexy guys of Friends, but since the end of the show his looks have gone downhill. He has become much scruffier, a little overweight and definitely haggard. So haggard that he was cast to play the sloppy Grouch in The Odd Couple. Perhaps his abuse of certain drugs has something to do with his bedraggled appearance now. Greek Doherty of the Libertines often looks closer to being dead than alive. He was an adorable little boy and for a time he was a good-looking singer. That was until he decided he wanted to live the rocker lifestyle to the fullest, and the years of drugs and partying took a quick toll on his looks. Hardly any of the cute boy or handsome singer remains, and all that is left is a guy trying to still make it in rock and roll. If any of the women who fantasized about marrying Jeremy London back when he was the hunk of Party of Five actually married him, they'd probably be disappointed now. He was impeccably sexy in his prime, but his face never aged into that of a handsome older man. Instead, he looks a bit like a slightly overweight teenager trying to look like he doesn't live in his mom's basement. The fortunes of Hollywood have not favored this actor, Judd Nelson. It's really hard to recognize this bad boy from The Breakfast Club today. He's decided that his elderly face needs to be covered up with plenty of hair, and then maybe people will not know how old he is getting. Unfortunately, he ends up just looking homeless and hungry. The only thing that really looks like his old self is that big nose. Carrot Top made a name for himself as a prop comedian before taking a bit of a break from the spotlight. When he returned he was completely different. There was some plastic surgery done, but also it appeared that Carrot Top had grown tired of his skinny appearance. He buffed up and restyled his hair, but it is obvious that he's aged more than he should have. There really is a trend here that celebs who try and stop their aging by getting plastic surgery are just making things worse. Burt Reynolds is yet another victim of plastic surgery. Sure, he might not have many wrinkles on his face, but it looks like his face has been stretched all the way to the back of his head. Who knows if he would have looked better if he had just let himself get a wrinkle or two. Yasmin Bleeth. This Baywatch star probably had posters up in plenty of boys' lockers back in her heyday, but those days have long since gone. Now Yasmin Bleeth just looks old, ragged and a bit overweight. It would be hard to guess that she is just 46 from her pictures, and she has all but completely withdrawn from the public eye.